Hi everyone, my name is Javi and I can draw, and I have no idea what I've gotten myself into. Every week starts around the same. I start the week saying, well, this week is going to be easy. I'm just going to search for some tutorials on whatever I want to learn, and I'm going to just look at them, and then, it's going to be fairly easy. It's probably not going to take me long, and I'm always wrong. And this week, it's the same thing all over again. After doing how to draw clothes for men, for women, and how to draw clothes in motion, I said, well, what about designing clothes? Like, not costume design, like some sci-fi thing, but if you want to design a character and you think what clothes should you wear, like, well, what are the basics of designing clothes so you can put on a character? So I started doing the research, and oh my god, I didn't know where to begin. And up until like an hour ago, I thought that I was not going to have a video for today, but thankfully I finally found what I was looking for. And the first thing I want to do, I had to give two big thanks to two DeviantArt users who gave me like big help on this video. The first one is Amber Cooper, who led me on the right way to where I have to go, and the second one is Jedi 120, who gave me some insight into costume design, which I'm going to be doing next week. But first, the first things I found were a lot about, like, well, no, if I have to be honest with you, like, the first things I found about fashion design were not about actually drawing clothes, but drawing the figure where you're going to design the clothes on top of. And there's like 1,000 videos on how to do this, like, skinny with really long legs human figure, and then they spend like 5 minutes doing these explanations, and then they do like, well, and now you just draw the dress, and that's what I want to know. But there are not enough videos about that. In fact, I barely found any visual material at all. What I found was, well, there's a lot of like slide shares. Slide shares are like some PowerPoints that you share over LinkedIn. I didn't know they existed or were a thing, but if you want to learn about fashion design, apparently that's where you have to go. The first thing that I found was by Simiraj, and it's an introduction into fashion design, and it's not going to be like the most important thing you're going to see, but it goes into the insight of what it takes to actually design clothes and how the creative process works. And it's good because, well, it gives some useful information about it that is, nice to know how it actually works. But if you're going to go into actual design and what are the principles of design, there are other two slide shares, one by Aravind Perijasamy and one by Sunil Talekar. And both talk about the same thing, that are the principles in fashion design. And these principles are the following: they're balance, rhythm and movement, emphasis, proportion, and harmony and unity. And once they have long explanations about what each of them mean, and then I started doing some extra research, and I found that, well, they talk about also the tools that you're going to use to achieve these things in your design. And the tools that you're going to be using are going to be lines, shapes, texture, value, and silhouettes. And well, those two things, the principles and the tools, are going to be what I'm going to be exploring this week. I also want to lead you to another tutorial. This one is on YouTube by Sarah Baines. And this is dressing a fashion figure for beginners. It also spends like an awful lot of time just showing you how to draw the person, which, like, if you're watching this channel, you don't care about it because you already know it. But still, it talks about material, and when you're designing clothes, like the material is going to define what the gravity, the form, the perspective, and the action lines of the garment is going to be. So I thought that was a bit interesting, and I'm going to try to explore it a bit. And finally, if you need some like reference, like a dictionary of pieces of clothes, like type of necks or ties or dress shapes or sleeve shapes or whatever you want to find, there's this website that is called Enedi Fashion Lab. It's an Italian site, but it's in English. It has some things in English, and it's a WordPress site, and it's good, for some reference material. I liked it a lot. I feel so good that I found all this, because I thought for a second that I was going to find nothing, and I honestly didn't know what I was going to do. But still, if you want to go to all of these links, all the links are going to be linked below to my website after like 3 weeks of not using it. So now it's time to figure out what to do with all these principles and all these tools, but that's something for tomorrow. My name is Javi and I can draw. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!